Welcome back. Welcome back to On to the Plate. Tonight we're going to do a real simple recipe. I'm going to do some tuna sandwiches and they're going to be awesome. Come on over and take a look. I just got some canned tuna here, and I like to use the tuna. Don't use the tuna that has oil. Use water so you can strain it so it'll be really dry. Got me some mayonnaise, so I'm going to put a little bit of this butt rub in there. It's a real simple recipe. I've got some chopped spinach here with a little bit of garlic salt on it, and I've got some green scallions and some tomatoes here, onions, and some cheese. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix all this together, and we're going to wrap it with bacon. And we're going to fire this grill up and cook those patties to perfection. And then we've got some sourdough bread here. That's what we're going to brown up on the grill as well. We're going to take this avocado and we're going to slice it up and put it on top of the toasted buns with our burgers and push it together, and we're going to have an excellent sandwich. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and start mixing this up. By the way, did I tell you that these are going to be bacon wrapped burgers, tuna burgers. They're going to be so good. If you've ever had them before without bacon, they're good. But these are going to make it primo. So basically we start off with a little bit of mayonnaise. I've just put just a little bit in there, not too much. And I like to go ahead and put some butt rub in there. You can choose whatever you want. You can use salt and pepper is good if you want to do that. I like to use this butt rub because it's a little bit different, gives it a little bit unique flavor, different flavor. And then I go ahead and throw my whole spinach in there as well. And then I throw my whole mix of the green onions and the tomatoes. I throw that in there too. Just throw it all in there. And then I go ahead and throw my cheese in there. And usually you want to use about maybe a quarter, 1 1/4 cup. That's about all you need. You don't want to put too much cheese, because if you put too much cheese, it's going to it'll fall apart. So with all that being done, I'm going to go ahead and start stirring it. I like to stir it in real good and before I make it, and then I'll use my hands. And these will stick together pretty good. The spinach, as it cooks, it's going to help keep it together. It's a kind of a little trick on the grill, but we can make it happen. When you take them off the grill, you want to be real careful with them because they're going to be delicate. So sometimes what I do is I make it, if you'll look in here, I make it, and I might need to put a little bit of mayonnaise, and you don't want to put too much. You want it to be where it sticks together. And all the other ingredients in there helps it stick together. So now we got that going. And you don't really want to do a 100% mix on it all the way with everything. Kind of want to leave it a little loose. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and make my first one. And I usually like to use about a handful like that, and then you can press it out and you can add a little bit to it. Now like I said, these are sticking together pretty good. And you don't want to make them too big. You want them about medium size. Okay, there's the first one right there. And you want to size it up to your bun. You don't want it too big where it's going to be too much. And then what I like to do is I like to take a piece of bacon and I like to run it around. Now sometimes, depending on how big you make them, you might have to. This is going to work out perfect because you don't have to. It's going to be just about the right size. So we got our first one there. Our bacon's going to help hold it together. And I might have to use some skewers on this. So I'm going to go ahead and grab me one of those. And I like to run it through, and that just helps hold it together. So I'm going to make 4 total. So this is our first one that we made. I'll get back with you when I fire this grill up, and we'll see how it goes. Okay, here we are. I usually like to run the grill 275. I keep it under 300 because these bacon will burn on you. I don't want that to happen. I want to do a slow cook on this. So you only got one shot at this. You put them on. When you flip them, you only got one shot at it. So you only flip them once. So since we got the grill set here, I'm going to go ahead and lubrication is a very important thing. You can just use your vegetable oil. Clean, get your grill good and wet. You don't want this stuff to stick. And we're going to use about half the grill, and then we'll come back with butter to toast these at the end. We'll go ahead and start putting these on there. Now these picks that I got in there, as it starts cooking, you can pull them out. You just want them to go slow. Space them out so when you do flip them, you can get your spatula underneath there, so you don't have a problem with being in the way of each other. And normally I go ahead and wrap them once and let everything cook on both sides, but I went ahead and made a special one and I completely wrapped it. So we're gonna give that a shot for somebody that likes a lot of extra bacon. But you gotta keep your heat down. Like I said, you don't want your bacon to burn. So we're gonna let these run for about, I would say at least 12 to 15 minutes. And you're just gonna have to keep checking them as you go to make sure they're not burning. But once they get to that nice brown color on the back side of it, you're gonna go ahead and flip them. We'll do that next. One thing you gotta remember is that these are so good and so easy to make. I only have about 15 minutes in this so far. When I got home, I turned the grill on, put all my stuff together, and that's all I've got in it. And by the time I get done, I only have about 25 to 30 minutes in it. So it's an excellent sandwich that you can make real quick that tastes excellent. Okay, here we are. Let's go ahead and take a look at what we got here. I've gone ahead and flipped them once. They're finishing off. I've gone ahead and buttered this sourdough bread up, so we're going to go ahead and throw those on there, get them good and brown. You want to watch your dough bread because it's got a little different consistency to it than normal bread. You got to keep your eye on them because they cook real fast, so you'll see I got the grill marks on there. I'm just about ready to pull my sourdough off, so what I like to do is go ahead and pull those together, toss them up on top. That way you don't take a chance on overcooking them. You don't want to do that. You just want a little bit because it'll turn out awesome. If you let them go too far, you'll burn them up. Like, see, like that one almost got a little too done. I'm gonna watch this stuff because it gets really hot. That's about what you want right there. It's about that. Just as long as you get one of the buns in good toasted formation like that, it's gonna work perfectly. I'll go ahead and leave that one on a little bit longer. Now we've got these going. These are almost ready to pull off and put on each sandwich. And you can add mayonnaise to it if you want. You can add mustard. You can add anything you want. I like just the way I had it mixed. It's wet enough. It's not too wet. And it soaks into the bun. And man, it makes an excellent sandwich. All right, we're ready to go. We're ready to eat. I'd like to go ahead and show you one. There you go. There's your product, finished product. Real simple to make. We got an extra one here. Got 3 burgers. I'm gonna go ahead and eat one right now. I'm gonna try it out. Look at that, how good that is. What I like to do though, if you like it, if you like avocado, I like to put a little bit on there. Not too much, just enough in there to kind of make it a little smoother. Personal preference. And if you want to put lime on it, you can. I don't really like a lot of lime on this because it turns it into a Mexican dish, which is really not. It's more of a seafood sandwich dish. So there you go. Go ahead and put that on there. And we'll cut this in half to see what we got. Alright folks, there you go. You got you a hot grilled tuna bacon wrapped sandwich on a sourdough bun. Let me give it a shot and see what we got here. That is really good. It almost tastes like you're eating a tuna casserole with bread. It's so good. Easy to make. I'm gonna get another bite. What I'd like for you guys to do though, put that in your notebook. Until then, subscribe and give me a like. Until next time, on to the plate.